Hi guys, welcome back to another exciting tutorial of Great Stack. In this video, we are going to learn how to make a weather app using React.js. In this search box, if I enter any city name, then it will display the weather condition image, temperature, city name, humidity, and wind speed. If I type any city name, let me type London. Then click on search icon. You can see here we are getting the updated image, temperature and other weather details. Let me change the city name again. Click on search icon. You can see another weather condition icon, then updated temperature, city name, humidity and wind speed. Let me type one more city name, Delhi. So here we are getting the weather detail of this city. If I clear this input field and click on this search icon, so it will give one alert, enter city name. Click OK, and if I type any incorrect city name like this one and click on this search icon, now it is giving another message in this alert, city not found. So this weather app is perfectly working. In this weather app React project, we are going to use OpenWeatherMap API to get the weather data. So let's get started. Here I am on my desktop screen, and here we have a folder called weather app. This folder is empty, you can see. Now let's open this folder with VS Code editor. Now let's open the terminal. We will click here and select new terminal. Let me expand it. In this terminal, we will add the command to create the basic React project. So we will add npm create wait at latest. Then press enter. Now it is asking for the project name. So in this project name, we will add dot. So it will create the project with the same name that we have added in the folder. So our folder name is weather app. So it will create the project with the name weather app. Here we will select React. Move down and select React. Then select JavaScript. Now we have to type npm install. So it will install all the dependencies in our project. So after this npm install, you will see one folder, that is node_modules in the left sidebar, right? So now we can start our project. For that, we will type the command npm run dev. So here let's add npm run dev. Then press enter. Now our project is running on this local URL. Let me open this URL in the web browser. Now you can see our basic React project is successfully running in our local browser. Next, we have to clear this project. So let me come back to the VS Code editor. We will hide this terminal. And from this left sidebar, here you can see we have src folder. Let me expand it. In this src folder, you can see we have app.css file. Right click and delete this one. After that, here we have app.jsx. Let's open this one. From here, we will clear everything and we will type RAFCE. Then select this from this snippet. So it will create this component. If this RAFC snippet is not coming for you, then you have to install one extension. I have already installed this extension ES7 React Redux. So once you will install this extension, you will get RAFC snippets. After adding this, in this div we will add one class name app. That's it. Now we will open this index.css file. In this one, let's clear everything, select all and clear. And here we will add some basic CSS properties that will be applicable for all the elements. So we will add star, then margin 0, padding 0, and we will add box sizing border box. After adding this, let's open the website again. So our website is clear right now. Right now you can see the title, it is saying Vite plus React. So let's update this title also. Let's come back. Open index.html file, and here you can see the title tag. So in this title tag we will update this text. So let's add weather app great stack. I have updated this title. Let me come back to the web browser again. You can see the title has been updated, weather app great stack. Now we have to apply one background color on complete web page. So let's come back and open this index.css file, and here only we will add the class name .app. You can see we have added the class name app. So using this we can add the background color on complete web page. So for this one, let's add the minimum height of 100 VH. Then we will add the display grid so that we can easily align our weather app in the center of the web page using this grid layout. After that, we will add the background, and in this background, we will add this color code. That's it. Save the changes and open the web page. Now you can see this color on complete web page. Now we have to create the weather app in the center of this web page. For that we will create one component. So let's come back, and in the sidebar you can see we have src folder. So in this src folder, let's create a new folder and write the folder name components. Now in this components folder, we will create a new file. So let's add new file, and the file name is weather.jsx. Here we will use capital W, weather.jsx. Always start the file name with capital letter. Here we will add RAFCE. Now for this component we will add the CSS file also. So in this components folder, let's add a new file, and it is weather.css. Next we will link this CSS file with this component. So let's add import statement, then provide the path weather.css. Now here let's add one text weather. Next we have to mount this weather component on the app component. So open app.jsx file, and within this div let's add opening arrow, then this weather component. Select it from this snippet. So it will import this weather component from this components folder, right? Now we can close this tag like this. So now we have mounted this weather component in this app component. After that, if I open the web page, you can see here we have the text weather that we have added in this weather.jsx file, right? So this weather component is successfully displayed on our web page. Right now you can see this text is not looking good, so we will update the font on our website. For that we will use the Google font. So let's search for Google fonts. Open this website. fonts.google.com. Here in this search box, we will search for Poppins. Then open this one. Now click on this button, Get Font. After that, you can see this button, Get Embed Code. Click here. And here you can see the import option. Just click on this, import, and copy this line. Just copy this import statement and come back to the VS Code editor and open this index.css file, and at the top we will add this import statement. Now we will get the support of Poppins font in our project. After that, we have to add the font family. So you can see here we have font family Poppins sans serif. Just copy this one, come back and add it here in this one. That's it. After adding this, let's open the web page, and now you can see this font is looking good. Next, we have to replace this text and we will display one box where we will display the weather data. So let's come back, and here you can see we have text called weather. So let me remove this one. Here in this div, we will add a class name. So let's add the class name weather. And in this one, first we will add one search bar. So let's add one div with the class name search bar. In this search bar, there will be one input field. So let's add the input. Type will be text, and in the placeholder, let's add search. After that, there will be one search icon. So here in this one, we will add the image tag. So I'm using img. And in this image src, we have to provide one image. So first we have to insert the images in our project assets folder. So let me come back to my desktop screen. Here you can see we have one folder called assets. And in this one, we have some icons that we will be using on our project. So let me copy all the icons and open our project folder. In this one, we will open src folder, and here you can see assets folder. Open this one and paste all the icons here. That's it. We can delete this one, react.svg. It is not used in our project. Now just close this one and come back to the VS Code editor. And here, if I expand this assets, you can see we have all the icons, right? Next, we have to import this icon in this weather.jsx file. So here, let's add import a statement, and we will add the search icon. Search icon from, then we have to provide the path. So let's add double dot slash, then assets slash, then search.png. That is our file name. So we have imported this search icon. Now we can use this search icon in this src. So write curly braces and paste it. That's it. After adding this, let's open the web page again. Now here you can see we have one input field and one search icon. Correct? Now let's come back and we will add some CSS properties for this class name, which is weather. Just copy this one, open weather.css file, add this class name here. So for this one, we will add place self. It will be center because we have used the grid layout in parent div. Then we will add the padding. So it will add some space inside the box. Then we will add the border radius of 10 pixels so that the corners will be round. Then in the background, we will add the linear gradient color. So we will add the background image. And here let's add linear gradient. and here we will add the angle 45 degree. Then we will add the first color code, this one, and add a comma, then write second color code. That's it. Save the changes. Open the web page. You can see this color in the background, and in this one we have the input field and search icon. Correct? Now let's come back, and here we will add display flex direction column and align items center. Now all the contents inside this div will be vertically aligned. Now here we have added the class name search bar. So let's add the CSS properties for this search bar. For this search bar, let's add display flex and align items center so that the input field and search icon will be aligned horizontally, and let's add some gap between them. So the gap is 12 pixel. So here you can see this input field and search bar is aligned in same line. Next, we will design this input field and this search icon, and you can see here we have the input field and icon with the img tag. So let's add the CSS properties for the input field. So use this class name, and in this one we will add the input tag. So for this input field we will define the height, then we will add the border, it will be none, then outline none, then we will add the border radius of 40 pixel. After that we will add the padding from the left side. Then let's change the color, and then we will add the background, and in this background we will add this color code. Then we will update the font size. So the font size is 18 pixel. Now this input field is looking good. Next we will design this search icon that we have added using the img tag. So here let's add this class name, then add the img tag. In this one let's set the width, then we will set the padding and border radius 50% so that it will be a circle. In the background let's add this color, and cursor will be pointer. Save the changes and open the web page. You can see this search icon is also looking good. Now in this weather app we will add the weather icon, or you can say the weather image. Then we will display the temperature and location. So let's come back, and here after this div that is for the search bar, here let's add space and we will add the weather image. So again we will use the img tag. So let's add img, and in this image src we have to display the weather image. So first we have to import the image from the assets file. So let me expand this assets file. You can see we have different images, which is clear.png, cloud.png, drizzle, humidity, rain, search, snow, wind, like this. So we can use all these icons in our project. So let me import all of these icons because we are going to use all icons on this app. So let me duplicate this, and we will update these image name and their file name. So let me update one by one. So we have imported all the icons. Now we can use any of these icons. So here we have the src. Let's add the curly braces and we'll add clear icon. That's it. And for this one, let's add one class name also. So let me add the class name weather icon. After this, image tag, we have to display the temperature. So we will display the temperature in p tag. And here let's add any data. So let me add 16 degrees Celsius. After that, we have to display the city name. So again, we'll add another p tag, and let me add the city name London. Save the changes and open the web page. So here you can see this weather icon, temperature and city name. Next we will add the CSS properties for these content. So let's come back, and for this temperature, let's add the class name temperature, and in this p tag we will add another class name. So let's add the class name location. So first we will add the CSS properties for this weather icon. Just copy this one and open this CSS file. For this one, let's add the width. Then we will add some margin, 30 pixels from top and bottom, left, right, 0. After that, here we have the temperature. So let's add the CSS properties for this temperature. It will be white. Then we will change the font size and line height. It will be 1. Then we have the location. Let's add this class name here. Here also we will add the color. It is white. Then we will add the font size of 40 pixels. Save the changes, open the web page again. Now you can see this weather icon and temperature, and this city name is looking perfect, right? Next we have to display the data in two columns. In the left column we will display the humidity, and in the right column we will display the wind speed. So let's come back and open weather.jsx file, and in this one, after this location, let's add one div, and the class name is weather data. In this one we will add two columns. So let's add the first div with the class name call. In this one we have to display one image. So write img tag, and here we will provide one image. So it will be humidity icon. We have already imported this. So after that we have to display some text. So let's add div, and within this div we will display the humidity. So let's add p tag, and we'll add the 91%, and after that let's add span tag, and here we will add the text humidity. Now just duplicate this column. You can see we have this call div. Just duplicate this one, and here we will update the icon. So it will be wind icon, and in this one we will add the wind speed, and here let's add the value 3.6 km/h. Save the changes, open the web page. You can see here we have the humidity icon, humidity value and text. Then we have the wind icon, then wind value and text wind speed. So now we will add the CSS properties for this one. So just come back and use this class name weather data and open this CSS file. Write this class name here. So for this weather data, we will add the width. Then we will add the margin from the top. After that, let's add the color, white, and display will be flex, so that the contents will be aligned side by side. Just add justify content, a space between. Now in this one we have the class name called column. So just add dot col. Here also we'll add display flex, so that the icons and text will be aligned side by side. Align items will be flex start. Then we will add the gap. It will be 12 pixel. Then font size of 22 pixel. Now you can see it is aligned side by side. Next we have to reduce the size of this text, which is humidity and wind speed. And after that we'll add the size for this icon also. So just come back and copy this one. Here we will add a span tag because we have added the text in a span tag. Display will be block and font size 16 pixel. And here we have the image also, so write img tag. For this one, let's set the width. And there will be space from the top. It is 10 pixel. Now let's open the web page and you can see this wind data and humidity data is looking perfect. Now we have completed the UI part of our weather app. Next we have to get the weather data from the API and we will display that data on our web page. For that we will use OpenWeatherMap API. So let's search for OpenWeatherMap API. Let me open this website. You can see the URL openweathermap.org/API. Here scroll down and you will find current weather data. Right? From here, let's click on subscribe. After that, scroll down and you can see get API key. Let's click here. Then you have to create an account, and after creating the account, you will come to this page and here you can see API keys. Let's click on this one and you will get your API key like this. Just copy this one and you can use this API key in your project. So let me copy this one and come back to the VS Code editor. And here we will add this API key in the environment variable. For that, here right click and select new file and write the file name .env. Like this. Now in this env file we can add our API key. We have created our React project using the wheat package. That's why in this environment variable we have to declare the variables using the wheat prefix. Let me show you that. We have to add like this, wheat, then we can add any name, wheat underscore, and we'll add the app ID. Like this. Your variable name should start with wheat underscore, then only it will work. Here we will add the double quote and paste this API key. That's it. Save the changes. Now we can use this app ID, or you can say the API key, in our project. So let's open this weather.jsx file. Here we will call the API. So again come back to the same website, that is OpenWeatherMap. Click on this link API from the navigation menu. After that scroll down and here again you can see current weather data. So from here we will click on this button API doc. Let's click this one. Then from the right side you can see here we have the option called API request by city. This one. Click on this one, API request by city. And you can see here it is giving one example how to call the API. So here we have one URL, and in this URL we have to provide the city name. Then we have to provide the API key. So let me copy this one and come back to the VS Code. Here we will create one function that will make the API call. So before this return statement, here let's add one function. So just add const search, we are getting this search function. It will be asynchronous function. So write async, then arrow function, and here we will add the try catch block. In this try block, let's add the URL. So just add const, then URL equal to, and paste the URL in backticks. So we have added this backticks. You can see we are not using the quote, it is backticks. Paste the URL. In this URL, we have to replace this API key, right? So instead of this API key, we will add the API key from our environment variable. So remove this entire curly braces, and after this equal sign, we will add $sign and curly braces. So we are using the template literal, so we can use this $sign curly braces to insert the variable here. So now in this one, we will add import dot meta dot env, then dot and this variable name, paste it here. So you can see here we have added import dot meta dot env dot variable name, which is wheat app id. So we will get the API key here, right? After that, here in this queue, we have to provide the city name, correct? So here, before this curly braces, we will add the $sign, and here let's add city. So you can see in this queue, we have added $sign and curly braces, and in this curly braces we have added this city. We have to get this city from this parameter. So here let's add city. So whenever we will call this search function, we will provide one city name, and that will be added in this URL, right? Now we will use the fetch API to get the data from this URL. So here let's add space, and let's add const response is equal to await, then fetch, and in this fetch we will provide this URL. Next we have to convert this response using JSON method. So again add this const and add data equal to await, then response dot JSON. That's it. Now in this data, we will get the weather data from the API. Let me print this data in browser console. So let's add console.log, then data. That's it. Next, we have to call this function whenever the component gets loaded. For that, here, let's add use effect. Select this from the snippet. So use effect has been imported from the React. Now, in this one, we will provide one arrow function, and we will provide one dependency array like this. And in this arrow function, we will call this search function, right? And in this search function, we have to provide one city name. So let me provide the city name as a string, London. Save the changes and open the web page. And right click, then go to inspect. Then click on console. So in this console, you can see the object. In this object, we have the data that we are fetching from the API. So in this one, we are getting this main. In this main property, we have humidity, pressure, temperature, right? Then we have this name. In this name, we have the city name, which is London. After that, you can see here we have the weather. This weather is one array, and in this array the first element is one object. So in this object you can see we have the icon ID, then weather description, right? And here we have the wind. Let's expand it, and in this wind you can see the wind speed. So what we need here is wind speed, then we need this humidity, then temperature, and this name, right? And also we need this icon, which is the weather condition icon, right? So using this data we can update our UI. Right now these data is static, right? Now we'll replace this content using the data that is coming from the API. So let's come back. Here we will create one state variable where we will store the data that is coming from the API. So just add const weather data, and the setter function name is set weather data equal to use state. Select this from the snippet. So use state has been imported, and in this use state we will initialize it with false, like this. That's it. Now we can use this setter function to store the data in this weather data state. So let's copy this one, add it here. After this console log we will add set weather data, and in this one we will store the data in one object. So let's add one object. Here let's add the key and values. So first we will store the humidity, and we will get the humidity data from the API. So let's open the API response again. You can see here we have the main property, and in this main we have the humidity property, right? So just come back here. Let's add data dot main dot humidity. That's it. Now we will store the wind speed, and here we will get the wind speed from this API. So you can see we have the wind property, then we have the speed property, right? So just come back, write data dot wind dot speed. After that we will display the temperature. So just add temperature property, and in this one we will add data dot main dot temp. You can see in this response we have the main, then in this main we have the temp, and right now this temperature data is not in the degree Celsius. So to get the data in degrees Celsius, let's open this website again, and here you can see we can provide the units, and in this units if I provide metric we will get the data in Celsius. So let's come back, and here we have the URL. So in this URL after the city let's add and units is equal to metric. Let's check again, it is units and metric. So we have provided and units is equal to metric. That's it. Now in this response you will see the temperature in degrees Celsius, right? It is providing the temperature with decimal also, but I want to display only integer. So to display only integer we will use the math.floor. So here we have added this. So just write math.floor and provide this one. So we will get only integer value. After that we will display the location. So in this response you can see we will get the location name with this property name. So just add data dot name. That's it. After that we have to display the icon also. So let's add the icon property, and in this one we have to display the icon. So in this response you can see we are only getting the icon code. In this weather property, this weather is one array, and in the first element we have the icon, and it is providing the icon ID. So from this icon ID we will display our own image. So let's open this website and click here on this list of weather condition codes. Then click on this link, weather condition codes. So on this one you can see we will get these icon code 01D, 02D, 03D, and we can also get 01N, 02N like this. And here we have these icons also. If you want to display these icons, you can simply use this URL, and at the end of this URL just update this file name. Instead of 10D you can write 01D, 02D, and it will display this image. But I want to display my own image based on this icon code. So let's come back, and here we will create one object. So before this search function, let's add one object, const all icons equal to one object, and here we will add the icon code. So just add 01D, and for this icon I want to display this clear icon. Now let's add the another icon 01N. For this one also we will add clear icon. Let's add another code 02D. For this one I want to display cloud. So similarly we will add all the icon code and our own image. We have imported our own image here, right? So now we have added all the icon code and our own image for that particular icon. Now using this we can save the image in this object, right? Before this set weather data, let's add const icon equal to, we will use this all icons, and in this all icons we have to provide the icon code. So just add data dot weather property, then index 0, then icon. So we will get the icon code. Now if the icon code is not available, in that case we will use this OR operator and we will add clear icon like this. Now we can store this icon here in this object. Here we have to add comma. That's it. So now we have added humidity, wind speed, temperature, location, and icon in this set weather data that will store the data in this weather data state. So using this we can display the API data in our app. So scroll down, and here we are displaying this temperature, location. So let's replace this. Here let's add curly braces, and we will add weather data dot temperature. Instead of this name we will add weather data dot location. Here instead of this number we will add weather data dot humidity, and here also let's add curly braces weather data dot wind speed. Save the changes and open the web page. Now we are getting this data from the API. Let me change the city. If I type New York, so you can see here we have updated temperature, city name, humidity and wind speed. Next we have to update this image also, so just come back and we have added the image using this img tag. So here also let's add weather data dot icon. Now come back, you can see updated icon. If I change the city again, let's say London, now you can see the another icon, correct? After displaying the data from the API, next we have to add the search functionality in this app. So whenever we will add any city name or country name in this search box and click on the search icon, it will display the weather detail of another location. So let me close this dev tool, just come back, and here we have the input field, right? So in this input field we have to add the reference to select this input field. So first here we will add one useref. Just add const input ref is equal to useref. Select this from the snippet. So useref has been imported from the React, correct? After that we have to link this input ref in this input field. So here let's add ref is equal to input ref, correct? Next we have to add this search. So in this one where we have the image tag, here we will add the onClick property. So on this image just add onClick, and in this one let's add one arrow function and provide this search function. In this search function we have to provide one argument also. So we will get the city name from this input field. So use this input ref dot current dot value. So whatever city name we will type in the input field, that will be passed in this search function, and after that it will update the API data that is stored in the weather data state, and it will update the UI. Save the changes and open the web page. You can see if I type another city name like Bangalore, click on search icon. Now you can see the updated weather icon, temperature, city name, humidity and wind speed, correct? Now suppose we have removed this and click on this button, then it should display one alert. So just come back, and here we have added the search function. So in this one we will add one if condition, and here let's add if this city is equal to empty string, right? So in this case what will happen, we will add one alert, and here let's add one message, enter city name, correct? Then we have to add the return so that it will stop this function here only, correct? Let's come back, and here if I type another city name Mumbai, click on search icon, it is displaying the weather data of Mumbai, correct? And if I remove this and click on search icon, now you can see the alert, enter city name, correct? Next we have to add one more thing. Suppose we have one error in the API call. Here we have the environment variable. Suppose if I add incorrect API, or if in any condition this API data is not working, in that case we have to hide these details, correct? So just come back, open this weather.jsx, and we have added this search box. So after this search box, here let's add curly braces, we will add weather data, and we will use the ternary operator. Let's add the fragment and add the colon, then another fragment, like this. Now what will happen when this weather data is available, then the code written in this first fragment will be displayed. If this weather data is false, then nothing will be displayed after the search box. So in this first fragment, we have to move all these data, this image, this p tag and this div. Let's move everything inside this fragment. Correct? So you can see when the weather data is available, then these things will be displayed. If that is false, then this empty fragment will be displayed. Save the changes, and we have to add one more thing here. You can see we have added the catch block. So in this catch block, let's add set weather data false. So when it is false, it will hide the details, and we will display the message also in the console. So let's add console.error in fetching weather data. That's it. Save the changes. Now let's open the website. So you can see if the API is incorrect, we are not getting other information. Here we have only search field. And if I type something here, click on search icon, still we are not getting anything. And if I come back and correct this API key, now we are getting the data here. Here if I enter any incorrect city name, let me enter any incorrect city name and click on search icon. So when I entered the incorrect city name, it hides other information, but it should also display one alert. So to display one alert, let's come back, and here in this try block, before this image, here we are getting the data, right? So after getting this data, let's add if statement, and we will check if this response is okay. And here we will add the exclamation sign. It means when the response is not okay. In that case, what will happen? It will add the message in alert. So just add data.message. And after that, it will add return. That's it. Save the changes. And now let's open the web page. So here we have entered the incorrect city name, and if I click on this search icon, now you can see the message city not found. Correct? And if I enter the correct city name like New York, click on search icon. Now we have the updated weather icon, temperature, city name, and other weather information. So finally we have completed our weather app using React and OpenWeatherMap API. I hope this video will be helpful for you. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like and share this video, and also subscribe my channel Great Stack to watch more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video.